You guys seen this shit?
What the f are you talking about? Wait, 14? It costs $14,000 a year?
Yeah, so it's 2 seats in the club level.
No, no.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I'm really torn on this because on one hand, I understand that financial literacy is not going to solve the overwhelming, crushing economic inequality of our era, but at the same time, I do think it's important to make fun of people who make really, really bad financial decisions.
But here's the thing. I can
That's
sell
wild. And I can see
profit.
you're almost proud of it. I see it on your little face.
But you can sell them for a profit. I made money last year.
What was the post about Buck
So
Gravity?
you buy the tickets and then you sell them.
Well,
so you don't even.
I sell like half.
14,000? Do you know how much that is compared to your 50,000? That's insane. Okay, so last year you made money. How are we doing this year so far? Isn't it the finals like right now or something?
No, the finals are over. They just ended.
How'd that go?
We did not make it to the finals.
No. Tell them the tickets. Selling the tickets.
Oh, selling the tickets?
I don't give a shit if the team made it.
I mean, it went well. I probably made like $4 or $5 grand in profit this year. And that was off.
How many years have you done this?
This is last year was my first year doing it where I'm selling everything, but those were also seats up in the nosebleeds, so I only paid about $1,700 for the whole season.
And now we're doing 14,000.
I figure I'll just make more money.
You went from 1,700 to 14,000. Whole fucking risk. This is for someone making $50,000 to $60,000 a year. That's so much money. That's so much.
Caleb hammers an actual chat. Okay, that's great. It's not relevant to this. You know that I think we talked about this. Gambling is people spend more on gambling than they do every other form of entertainment combined, like movies, video games, all that. If you add them all together, it's still less than what people spend on gambling. More Americans have gambled in the past year than read a book.
Much risk. How'd you pay for it?
Credit card.
What credit card?
The next one, the Discover.
I actually thought you had 2 credit cards. I forgot you had a 3rd one. Thought we were getting to the car payment. The Discover. Discover it. Everyone's favorite. Discover how to balloon a credit card balance on basketball tickets. 2,747. That doesn't make sense. You said it cost $14,000.
That's the good part.
But I pay in monthly payments of $1,100 a month.
So you finance it and you pay your financing payments on a financed card?
So the loan that the Timberwolves give you is free. Like they don't charge you. That you can either pay it all at once or pay it in 12 months.
But either way, you financed it.
He financed a finance payment, man. Fucking kill me. It's so funny. Bought $15,000 in tickets and financed the finance purchase. Jesus Christ.
And then the payment.
I thought this was scalping. He is scalping. He's a scalper. But he didn't resell those tickets. The $15,000 one, the dollar ones or whatever. He just tanked that. Double financed it.
For the financing, you're using a credit card, which is financing. You're financing a financed payment.
I guess I am.
Rare moment of serenity, though. You know, most of you would argue against this because you lack the emotional clarity of this individual.
I am.
Yes.
He has no response. He's been owned. Defeated the free marketplace of ideas.
Payment, and there is interest accruing on this, so that payment ain't free.
This guy's the reason people like me get to exploit credit card points for free stuff. That's true. The existence of people like this is why the rest of us get money back on our credit card purchases. Yeah, they're basically subsidizing us.
$24 of interest, fees of $41, and then $2,825 of purchases. Kill me now. And have you made money from this so far? This. Not last season.
It said current debt $29,000.
No, because you don't get to sell your tickets till the season.
When does the season start?
I believe
you're paying for it now.
Like October or September, around the same time football starts.
So until then, you're paying $2,825 a month until the fall?
Yeah.
How are you paying for that? Let's say you even do make a profit. Cool. How do you...
I have one credit card I use because my debit card info has been stolen twice. I pay for everything on credit card because it's easier to contest charges. You should buy everything off a credit card and then immediately pay it off. You should pay it off every time. That is the best way to manage your finances in America. You pay it off. If you can't buy it if you can't pay it off within that month, don't buy it. Pay it off immediately. That is the best way. You do get benefits from managing, from buying into credit card. Don't maintain a balance on it. Just pay it off. Pay it off all the time.
How do you pay for that? Because there's a $3,800 limit on here. How do you pay for that?
Well, that Discover's the card that I really try to attack with the payments. Like
I want to remind you how this part of the conversation started for a second, because that actually just pissed me off now that I'm actually remembering it. You said it's because of my bills. I can't pay.
Well, yeah, but
I use a credit card with 3 to 5% back. You do not have a 5% back credit card. What the fuck are you talking about? Maybe 5% back for like qualifying locations at a Best Western or something. Not fucking 5% back general. If you have a 5% back general, give me your info. Email me.
Can't pay these credit cards off because of my bills. What are your bills? Oh, $500 for rent. Pennies for rent. Oh, $300 for car insurance. That's actually kind of an expensive car insurance. It's almost as much as rent. But, we still have thousands of dollars to play with. Oh, I just financed $2,825 a month for season tickets of a game that doesn't start until late fall.
That's fucking Charlie Day.
Now, that's a bill. You're right. And that's a stupid bill for your situation. Because it's going to take you a long time, even if you do make money. But I don't know how are you paying for it until then?
Well,
he's literally Charlie.
Any payment I make on my credit card usually goes minimum payments, and then anything extra goes towards that one, so that I can charge the next month to it.
But what happens when you lose it in a gambling thing and you can't fully make the payment, and then you're obviously not fully making the payment because interest is accruing anyway, so you're not making the full payment. So it's still going to get bigger and bigger every month. What is happening here? There's no refunding this, is there?
No.
Me. Can you sell these now just so you at least break even? This is so risky for your position. Listen, it's a hustle. I do get what you're saying. I'm not saying you're going to completely fell from that specifically of the hustle, but
just got here. Are we on Caleb's side or not? I mean, I'm on the side of the abolition of usury, I guess. So I don't know. I guess, yeah. I mean, Caleb's a piece of shit. I don't know. It's fine. I don't like credit cards that give you % back on specific stuff, because that's psychological pressure to do that stuff specifically. If the money back I get on my credit card is general, no caveats, it's for everything, then I have no specific pressure to buy anything. So I just spend like I normally would. But if I got like 6% money back off of like, I don't know, hotels or whatever, or groceries, then I'm like, maybe I can spend more here or whatever. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do this. I prefer just having the general. Yeah, I like the non-coercive element of just getting a flat, like whatever, 2% back or 1.5. It's free money. Yeah, but I'm not immune to propaganda is the problem. If I see a big flashing 10% money back on blank, then I'm going to be like, maybe I should get blank. But do I like really want blank? Do I want blank 90%? Do I want it enough to pay 90% of the price? I don't know. Like, my brain's not good at making those decisions. The credit card companies are aware of this. There's a reason why they do it. It's because they're incentivizing these purchases. They know why they do it. It should not be possible for idiots to make stupid financial decisions. Genuinely, you're correct. We need a more paternalistic state on this. Just as we don't allow children to sign legal contracts for the most part, and you can't sell yourself into indentured servitude, and there are limits to what you can sign away on a contract. Like, the concept of being able to, indebt yourself hundreds of thousands of dollars as a 17-year-old because you're signing up for college and getting student loans or whatever, that's, really dumb. Nobody should be able to make that decision. For one, the average person, not even the average person, basically everybody, cannot, really process. We're talking about decades of your life spent paying back debt. You, literally can't. You can't do that math in your head. It just shouldn't be possible.
In your situation...
Oh, wait, the video's over. Shouldn't be possible. We just aren't built for it. We're really not, I don't think, in my opinion. Overwhelming popularity of gambling these days, man. It's fucking crazy. Credit ratings should be abolished too? Yeah, probably. I mean, the only reason credit ratings exist is because America has a credit economy. We want to string people out into infinite debt peonage. The only reason you would ever need a credit rating is if you have a system where you frequently need regular peasants to make borrowing decisions, Shouldn't really need to. It do be like that, Mr. Stancil. Do be like that, Mr. Stancil. What was the follow-up verse? It was dun dun with the Nazi scandal, which is kind of like a dumb line because Will Stancil's not a Nazi. He just argues with them online. The poster with the Nazi scandal. You know what I'm talking about? That do be like that, Mr. Stan. Saving Twitter from the Nazi scandal. Thank you. Yes. I've never seen the point of credit cards. In America, we want everyone to be in permadebt so that they're slaves. Credit cards are a good way of facilitating that. But in order to incentivize people use the credit cards, they give people benefits for using them, like points or like a higher credit rating. So the best way to manage your finances is to use them, but to never ever be in debt. So you use the credit card, then instantly pay it off. If you do this, the banks are mad at you, but there's not really anything they can do about it. So, you know, Islam is correct, debt is haram. Oh yeah, but like Islamic banking has its own version of debt. In fairness, like they get around it. It's not like Iran is also a capitalist country. Doesn't that make your credit score worse though? No, that is an urban legend. I pay off my credit card debt literally like down to zero every time my credit score is in the 800s. That's a complete lie. No, paying off your credit score, your credit card balance does not cut your score. Banking can't exist without debt. For one, that's not really true. It just wouldn't work the way we think. Banking wouldn't be an enterprise without debt. Debt is how banking can be a business, but banking can still serve a social function without debt. It can't be a business. I mean, I guess it could under certain conditions, like certain... It's complicated. What I'm hearing is nationalized banking. That's like a really obvious one, yeah. Like, yeah, that's a really easy one. There is literally no reason banks should be private. It's actually insane. You know, the vast majority of the money in the money supply is created by banks due to fractional reserve banking. Banks are the ones that create the money, not the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve allows banks to create money up to like an allotted amount in order to loan out or to meet like certain economic preconditions. But like the private banks are the ones creating the money supply with permission from the government. It's insane. I mean, the eggheads will tell you this works, but like we'll see who's laughing when we're all like, you know, scavenging the unmolested tinned bean cans or whatever after the apocalypse. He's just pandering to them, a thirsty boy. As a U.S. Senator, Abdul Al-Sayed won't actually have the ability to freeze property taxes, which are determined at a local level. Interesting, Floor Lemon. Roman emperors, if you told them the global hegemon in 2,000 years ceded away authority to mint currency, genuinely, like they would like kill you on the spot. Yeah, if you went up to a Roman emperor and you were like, I have an idea. What if we allowed private banking institutions to create currency and the government didn't do it? They would just like open your guts right there on the Senate floor. They would just gut you right there. They wouldn't even entertain the conversation. Get in the bowl. Get in the brass bowl right now. Get in the brass bowl. Slaves, light that shit up. They can serve a community function, a blue star shift, or blue shift star, if they're not when they're nationalized. Doesn't the government make our currency? Do you mean where it actually goes? No. The banks do. Most, like the Federal Reserve controls like how much the banks are allowed to do this, but currency is created when banks loan out money that doesn't actually exist. They're allowed to do this up to a certain amount. They're allowed to do it because it's like eliminating the inefficiency of government regulation. It's very complicated. Fractional reserve banking allows the money supply to be dictated by the economic conditions of the market, thereby allowing banks to manage it through the production of new currency on their own without needing the Federal Reserve to directly intervene. The Federal Reserve merely allots the amount they're allowed to. It's a technical difference, but it's an important one because it means rather than the Federal Reserve making internal decisions about when to create currency, it's the banks making those decisions and the Fed allowing it. It puts more power in the private banks, and we've been doing this for a while. It's probably not good. It's the overwhelming majority of how money's created, Fluffer Calico. I think like more than 90%. Hold on. What percent of new money is created through fractional reserve banking? Nearly 100% of all new bank money is generated this way. They create new money when they issue loans. If a bank issues a loan, like that money did not exist until they they made it. The Fed just authorizes them to do this. It's a way to give banks functionally like infinite liquidity. I thought it was central banks. Central banks allow it. It gives certain banks the ability to do this. But it's a way of propping up banks by giving them like infinite loan liquidity. Like they can just the banks don't have to worry about like a market run or whatever, because they have the ability to create money out of thin air. It's made them incredibly powerful. I've heard most of Gen Z don't really understand or care how to take care of their own money because they think their lives are going to end soon. Yeah, it turns out like despite the protestations of neoliberal economists, people's vibes actually matter, and there are economic consequences to a low consumer confidence score. If people think they're not going to make it into their 70s, they're not going to save for their 70s. Unfortunately, as much as the economists are wrong in underestimating how like important this factor is, people are being fucking retarded for not planning for their future. If you want to live now, you're going to want to live when you're 50. All of this like young gay kid, I'm going to live like a candle burning out at both ends and then die at 22. No, you're not. Shut the fuck up. You're not. You're not going to. You are always going to want to live. You're biologically programmed to want to live. You are wasting your time and making things harder for yourself. You should be preparing. I'm 22. I don't think I'll live to 70. I think the world's conditions will end me before that. Yeah, but like that's like you can increase or decrease your odds there. I think I'm going to make it to 80, not just because of my disposable income, but because I have a strong will to live. I keep in shape, and I have built like a robust network of friends and family who I can rely on at a pinch. Like even if I didn't have the disposable income, I think I could do that. If I was just like, oh, I don't care, I'm going to couch surf, I don't need a job, blah, blah, blah. Like you can do stuff to make it more likely that you can live long and happy. Like it's literally good to prepare. Planning is a good thing, like in general, just fucking as a heuristic, you know. I'm 41, just stabilized after 6 to 7 years off, and on homeless. Trust Vosh and the prep talk dead ass. Did you guys see that video? You guys are doing like the gay Zoomer equivalent of did you see that video? The one of the tradwife propaganda getting juxtaposed with the reality of being a quote-unquote tradwife. I think I liked this video specifically so I could show it off on stream. Where was it? If I recall correctly, they control it via interest rate. It's complicated. Whenever I say it's complicated, what I mean is I don't know enough about it to confidently make statements. I know the gist of it. The specifics of how fractional reserve banking works is legitimately like very complicated, and I understand my limits, or you know, or I don't feel like explaining it. No, I actually really like explaining stuff, you know, so I'm fine with that. People act like they're in a movie protag that just got a stage 4 cancer diagnosis. Too many people saw Rent, the movie / the musical. That's the truth. You have said the actual truth. Stupid fucking. Is this it? Yes. Here we go. You guys are doing like yes. Thank you. You guys are doing like gay millennial / Gen Z version of this. You know what I mean?
I'm 19 years old, married, no degree, no 9 to 5.
I'm 37. I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 10 plus years.
I got engaged at 18, married at 19.
2 weeks ago, he told me that he wants to move forward with divorce.
I didn't go to college.
I have no income.
I don't have a job.
I have no money.
And I'm not getting one.
I use my husband's credit card and I use my husband's money.
Yes, me and my husband do have an age gap.
I'm 37. He'll be 55 in March.
He is 10 years older than me.
And I married an older man thinking that he was ready for marriage. Settle down.
Me and my husband dated for 6 weeks before getting engaged.
I use an American Express credit card for everything. It's got my name on it, but obviously he pays the bill.
And I'm told by a lot of people that I should be young and out there and living my life.
And he said, you need to start using your own card now. What card?
I don't know what that means.
I don't have a card. That is my card.
I promise you I am living my life to the fullest in my faithful marriage.
I don't know how to take care of myself.
I'm 19 years old, married, no degree, no 9 to 5.
I don't, like, it's just terrifying.
And I'm exactly where I want to be.
We all need to get much more second wave feminist. We all need to be like way louder about this shit, you know? We need to beat this into the head of women. Listen, there is a reason why every single conservative female influencer lives as a beneficiary of the second wave feminist movement. Erica Kirk, you know, all of them, none of them are tradwives. Every single one of them is like an ambitious career woman who LARPs as a tradwife. Lauren Southern tried being a tradwife and she got her ass like abused by a guy because the only men looking for tradwives are like domestic abusers, basically. Not to paint too broad of a picture, but it's true. Just plan for the future, okay?